Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys all had a really good start to the year so far. I myself have been very busy, so I haven't been able to upload as much as I would have liked to lately, but we're here today with a cleaning video. I'm usually pretty good about keeping my house decently clean for the most part, but life has been a little bit hectic lately, so a few things have gotten a little bit out of hand and it's just messy, and I just don't like mess, so today we're going to take care of that. My plan for today is to do more of a surface clean rather than a deep clean, so I basically just want to declutter and take care of the very obvious messes around the house, just so that things are a little bit more manageable, and then I will do a deeper clean a little bit later on in the week. I'm one of those people who has a really hard time when my space isn't clean, and when there's clutter or mess around me, it makes me really frustrated and kind of angry. So although it might not look like things are crazy messy, they're really just bothering me, so I wanted to make sure to take care of it today. At this point, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so my goal for today is to clean from about 1 o'clock till about 4, and at that point I want to stop and start making dinner to kind of just time it for when my boyfriend gets home so we can have dinner shortly after he's home. So let's see how much we can get done in the next 3 hours. I like to do these timed cleaning sessions anytime I get really busy and I don't have, let's say, a whole day to dedicate to cleaning the house. So I set myself a time, whether it's 15 minutes or half an hour, or a couple hours, and I just try to get as much done as I can in that time, and I'm usually able to get quite a bit done. So this is a good little tip to do if you're also short on time. I'm going to start in the kitchen today. Like I said, I'm not going to do a deep clean, so I'm just kind of doing a surface clean. I'm going to start by taking care of the dishes, so emptying the dishwasher and putting away all the dirty dishes that are out at the moment. I'm not going to worry about the kitchen too much since I will be cooking after I'm done this cleaning session, so I'll take care of the counters and a bit more of a tidy up later on once we're done cooking. At this point, I remembered that I wanted to put all of the blankets that are in the living room into the laundry, so I decided to switch to the living room quickly so I could get the blankets going so we can hopefully get them washed and dried while we're cleaning everything else. I also wanted to pick up all of my dog's toys. I have a little basket that we like to keep them in. They don't usually stay in the basket for very long because he likes to take them out pretty quickly after I put them away, but I at least want to tidy them up for now so that I can do a quick vacuum. I have this extra pillow that came with my armchair and I literally don't know what it's for. It doesn't seem to fit anywhere on the chair or actually have a use, so I don't actually know what to do with it. If you know what the second pillow is for, please let me know. I've had this vase of dead flowers sitting on my little side table here for a couple weeks now, so it was finally time to get rid of them, and I thought that I would replace them with a couple of jade plants that I had. And on the other side where I have a stool, I decided to put this aloe plant that I have. Ever since I took all of my Christmas decorations down, I didn't really redecorate the place, so I'm slowly trying to do that. Ever since moving to this place, I've kind of had this mindset where I don't want to put too much effort into decorating the place with hanging stuff on the wall or adding home decor because this is just a temporary home. But at this point, we've actually been here for about 4.5 years and I still haven't really decorated much. The walls are basically blank and I haven't really added much home decor other than our basic furniture. So this year, one of my goals is to actually make the place look more homey and nice. I do really believe that personalizing your space and filling your home with things that you actually like is very important since it is your home and it's the space that you spend the most of your time in. I think it's important to surround yourself with things that make you happy. So this year, I'm hoping to actually put that into action and turn my home into a space that I'm really happy with. I also want to change up some of my furniture. For example, this table, it was given to us because our last one broke and this one isn't in the best condition either. It does have a crack in it and I just don't really like the all black look. So I'm hoping to switch that out along with this TV stand because again, I'm not really into the whole black. So I'm hoping to get more wood furniture. I'm really into dark wood furniture, so I want to slowly transition all my furniture to that kind of style this year. Now that the living room is tidied up a little bit, I'm just going to do a really quick vacuum. I try to vacuum this carpet regularly since I do have a very furry dog and he likes to leave his hair all over the place. So I usually try to do this daily, but I haven't for a little while now. So I'm going to do this quickly. We got this vacuum cleaner around Christmas time and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's just a little Hoover vacuum, but it actually works so well, especially with all the dog hair. I had a central vacuum before this and it just didn't work very well or do the job when it came to all the hair and the carpets and all of that, so I'm really happy with this vacuum cleaner. It came with 2 batteries and they hold their charge really well, and the filter can also hold a lot before you need to empty it. And one of my favorite features of the vacuum cleaner is that it has a light that comes on when you use it so you can really see everything on the floor. One area of the house that's really been bothering me for a while now is this table. Ever since the holidays, it's just kind of been the spot to put random things that don't have a place, and I haven't really had time to sort it out or clean it, so today we're going to take care of that finally. Quick little side note, look at this cute wooden reindeer I found after Christmas on clearance at my grocery store. It is a little advent calendar reindeer, so each of the numbers is a little box that you can fill for Christmas time, and I absolutely love it. Getting this table cleared off has literally felt like a huge weight off my chest. This has been bothering me for weeks now, so this feels really good. Another one of my favorite items that we got for Christmas is actually this garbage can. The lid opens and closes just by touching this little touch screen, and it's actually so nice. It may seem silly, but it actually makes things so much easier, especially if you have your hands full. Now that the table's been cleared off, I just want to do a really quick spot vacuum under our popcorn machine because there's popcorn all over the ground and I just want to get rid of any bigger pieces of debris. If I have more time later on, I can do a better vacuum, but for now I just want to get the big stuff. Another thing that's really been bothering me for the last few weeks is this massive pile of laundry that has just built up. It's all washed, but I haven't had time to fold it and put it away, so we are going to tackle that right now. I usually put my laundry away the moment it comes out of the dryer, but like I said, life has gotten a little bit hectic, so it just has piled up this time. But I find that usually putting it away right when it's done keeps it from piling up, and usually you don't have as much to do all at once, so it is just easier that way if you can do that. And now for the fun part, it's time to fold all of these socks. This was taking way too long, so we're just gonna do this. Now that the laundry is finally done, I'm just going to do another quick spot vacuum in the bedroom here because somebody left a tissue in their pocket, not saying it's me, but it was left in the pocket, went in the wash, and now it's all over the floor. I'm also just going to do a really quick vacuum in the hallway here. I have this carpet that I keep here and my cats like to run on it and fling it against the wall, so I'm just quickly resetting that and then we'll do a really quick vacuum. I'm not going to worry about cleaning the bathrooms or the spare rooms today. They definitely could use a good clean, but I'm just going to focus on the main areas for now. The first load of blankets is now ready to go in the dryer, so I'm just going to switch that over and then add the other blanket into the wash. I always clean my lint trap out every time I use the dryer. This is a super important thing that I never skip just to avoid any fire hazards, and it's especially important if you also have a dog or any pets that have a lot of hair, because so much hair gets trapped in those things and you need to remove it before setting the dryer on. Another area of the house that has really been bothering me for a long time now is this dining room area. I had these window cover things over all of the windows in this area, as well as the kitchen and the patio area, and I decided to take them off last year around October. I really just hated the way they looked. I feel like they looked super outdated, and they also blocked a lot of light and just held on to a lot of dust, so I really just wanted to take them off. But anyways, I took them off in October and I ended up just putting them under the table, and I still haven't put them away, so today I really just wanted to make it a point to finally just do it. Since we're renting this house, I obviously can't just get rid of them, so my idea was to wrap them in some garbage bags and store them in the crawl space. That way no spiders or creepy crawlies can get into them, hopefully, and then once we move out we can always put them back up. Anytime I'm cleaning or doing anything out of the norm, especially if I'm sitting on the ground, my cats always come to check out what I'm doing, so obviously we have to take some little breaks to play. I love having my cats follow me around when I'm cleaning. It just makes everything feel so much more fun. Having these things finally put away has been another major relief. I'm so happy that I finally just did it. It had been way too long. At this point, I had about 45 minutes until my 3 hours was up, so I decided to do a quick vacuum in this area just to kind of finalize the cleaning. The dog beds there with the blankets piled on them are actually for one of my cats. He absolutely loves laying there in front of the fireplace, so I just keep them there for him. Another thing that I wanted to make sure to get done today was to clean my cat's water fountain. I have had quite a few people ask me what the running water noise is in the background of my videos, which I do apologize for. I tried to cut it out as much as I can, but it's this water fountain. I try to clean it every few days and at minimum at least once a week, just to make sure that it is clean and the water stays nice and fresh for my cats. Cats do really like running water, so if you don't have a water fountain for your cats, I really suggest getting one. My cats absolutely love this, and I've always had a fountain for them. Now we've got about 10 minutes left until our 3 hours is up, so I'm going to just tidy up the floor in the kitchen really quick. I'm going to start by taking away this Merry Christmas mat that I had left out from Christmas time still. I actually forgot to put it away when I was putting the rest of the Christmas decorations away, so I finally remembered today. And then I'm just going to do a really quick vacuum, nothing major. I'm just going to be replacing the Christmas mat that I had there with my regular year-round mat. And now our 3 hours is officially up, so that's it for the cleaning today. I'm actually quite happy with the amount of stuff I got done, especially clearing off the dining room table and putting away those window covers and the laundry. Those things had all been weighing on me for a while now. Now it's time to throw together a quick dinner, but before we do that, I'm quite hungry after all that cleaning, so I'm just going to have this cute slice of Valentine's cake. Another little reset that I like to do, especially when I've got a ton of vegetables that really need to be used up, like they're not going to last much longer, is to make a big veggie soup. It's super easy to throw together, and it's a good way to use up a ton of vegetables if you need to just get rid of them. Plus, you know, when you're feeling like you haven't had enough vegetables lately, this is a really good way to get some extra vegetables in. When I was growing up, my mom always used to make really big veggie soups like this, and I absolutely love them. They're definitely not good for someone who doesn't like vegetables, but I myself love basically all the vegetables, so this is one of my favorite things to throw together. I'm just starting off by chopping up a couple onions as well as some carrots. The vegetables that I really needed to use up were onions, carrots, green beans, potatoes, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and some spinach, I believe. So I'm basically just throwing everything that I need to get rid of all in one big pot. Once the onions and carrots are all chopped up, I'm going to take a big pot and add some olive oil and then add those in to just kind of get them cooking a little bit. Please keep in mind I am by no means a professional cook. I'm just kind of eyeballing things and throwing it together until it tastes good. I'm not really measuring or following a recipe, so you can definitely follow a recipe if you want, but this is just kind of the way that I like to cook. Next, I'm just going to chop up some potatoes and green beans. Let me know if you're also somebody who loves vegetables. I don't think I can think of a single vegetable that I don't like. And I know that that's almost unheard of, but let me know if you're that way as well. I'm going to add the chopped up potatoes in with the carrots and onions and just get them cooking up a little bit in the olive oil as well. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing another little reset thing that I like to do. So you know those end pieces of bread that nobody really likes? I actually don't mind them, but I definitely don't reach for them very often. So I actually like to collect them all, and then once I've got a good amount, I like to cut them up and make them into croutons. So I'm just chopping them up into little squares. You can definitely do this with regular slices of bread as well. I just always have these left over, so I like to put them to use. I don't like wasting any food. And then I'm just going to put them in a bowl and set them aside for a moment while we step back to our soup. Once our vegetables are a little bit browned, we're going to start adding in some water. Again, I didn't really measure anything, but I added in about 3 measuring cups full of water. Then I'm going to add in my Brussels sprouts very gently, I found out, because otherwise it's just going to splatter everywhere. Then I'm just going to add the lid back on and let everything simmer until the vegetables are almost tender. Now back to the croutons. For the seasonings, I'm going to add some salt, some garlic powder, some paprika, and some dried thyme leaves. Then I'm going to add the juice of 1 lemon. You don't need to add as much lemon if you don't want to. I just personally really like lemon, so I like to add a lot. And lastly, we just want to add a really good drizzle of olive oil before mixing everything up until all of the spices are evenly incorporated. Then we're going to spread them out evenly on a parchment-lined baking sheet and pop them in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to stir them around and put them in for another 6 to 8 minutes. We basically want to bake them until they're nice and golden brown and crunchy. Now that the croutons are in the oven, I'm going back to the soup and I'm just going to add in my green beans and broccoli and then continue to simmer everything until the vegetables are nice and tender. For the soup seasoning, I'm just going to keep it really simple and add in some veggie seasoning, some garlic powder, a little bit of pepper, and some salt to taste. Once all of the vegetables are nice and tender, I'm just going to add in a can of rinsed kidney beans as well as a good few handfuls of spinach. At this point, the soup is all done and ready to serve. It looks so good. I was so excited to have just a bowl full of vegetables. It really felt like it was needed. This is a really easy way to use up vegetables that aren't going to last much longer, and it's actually so quick. I always like to top my soup with some lemon juice just because I love lemons, and then of course we're going to add some of the croutons we just made as well. Once the croutons are done baking and they've cooled off, they're ready to eat. They're really crunchy and crispy and they have a really good flavor. I love doing this to use up all of the end pieces of bread. And I just keep them in an airtight container and use them to top any soups and salads. At this point, all of my blankets were washed and dried as well, so I'm just going to quickly put them back on the couches before having dinner. The blankets get used daily, especially because I'm someone who is always cold, so I'm not really too worried about the placement of them on the couches. I do just like to add one blanket at least on this ottoman kind of piece of the couch for my dog, since he's basically claimed this section of couch as his own and he is very, very furry, so I do like to keep the hair off the couch as much as I can. Overall, I'm very happy with the amount of cleaning that I was able to get done in the 3 hours today. It definitely wasn't a deep clean, but I am feeling a lot better about the state of the house currently. At the very least, I tackled all of the areas of the house that had been bothering me for quite some time now, and they are definitely looking a lot more decluttered than they had been. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining me today, and if you ended up making a similar type of soup or croutons, definitely let me know. I have a lot more cleaning videos coming up as well as home decorating and some little projects, so definitely stay tuned if you'd like to see those, and I hope you guys all have a good night.